Welcome back to the Red Table, y'all. I want to give a shout out to every homie that knows me personally. I want to give a shout out to all the homies giving positive feedback about the segments. I know we talked about the concept of gangs in the first episode. So in this episode, I want to talk about the United States Supreme Court and how they look at defining the term gang. You know what I'm saying? The first case we're going to talk about is Lanzetta versus New Jersey. And this case comes from 1939. Every ruling that the United States Supreme Court makes is law. So that's the final say. So in Lanzetta, the court held that a statute defining a gangster as anyone not engaged in a lawful occupation known to be a member of a gang, meaning two or more people, and previously convicted of a crime or disorderly person is an offense. And the Supreme Court decided that the terms gang and gangster were not defined with sufficient precision, violating the due process rights of the people, such as the Lanzetta brothers. The ruling invalidated the convictions of several people in New Jersey who had long sentences to serve under the Anti-Gangster Act. So Jersey tried to put in place an Anti-Gangster Act, and the United States Supreme Court shut that shit down. And then you have Chicago versus Morales. That case is from 1999. That's more recent. And Chicago tried to put in place a law that allowed police to disperse people suspected of being a criminal street gang member loitering in public with no apparent purpose. So basically, just standing outside had the police running down on you, telling you to keep it moving. Jesus Morales' conviction was determined to be invalid because the law was unconstitutionally vague by not providing sufficient notice of what was illegal and any guidelines for police's actions. The Supreme Court decision limited how municipalities can create loitering laws. So those are two cases that talked about gangs in their text, you know what I'm saying? And that's Lanzetta versus New Jersey of 1939 and Chicago versus Morales in 1999. So the United States Supreme Court even understands that the term gang is not clearly defined for being attributed with criminalistic attributes, because a gang is simply a group of people, you feel me? Let's talk about it.